Hi everybody, from a very hot and toasty day here in Central Portugal. Everything is heating up and it's about to get ridiculous. But I've been pushing through the pain as I continue on with the Craic Shack. That's what this video is mostly about. I get loads more work done, especially with framing up the front of the building, and I think I'm very happy with it and excited to share. Plus I also do a few things in the garden, and I review a really useful product from All Powers as well. So I think it's a really fun video. I get a lot of stuff done. I hope you guys enjoy it, and I'll see you again at the end of the video. Good morning, folks, from what was a very weedy corn garden bed and what is a very anti bed. They're kind of everywhere, and weeding was very treacherous. I was getting bitten. I was trying to do a little dance so they wouldn't crawl up my legs as I stood and did the weeding. So I sort of gave up a little bit, but I made some progress. And one thing I got out of the bed that I'm really excited about is a whole bunch of radishes. Radishes are super easy to grow, and I just sort of planted them as ground cover. And I think what I'm gonna do is pickle them up, and I might save some also for roasting, because I've never done that before. So I'm curious. I'm not a massive lover of radishes, but I do love pickles, and I do love roasted vegetables, so I'm curious to see how that goes. But my main reason for harvesting the radishes now, besides the fact that they're ready, is that I want to get them out of the bed because I'm about to cover that entire corn garden bed and a whole bunch of other beds with something extremely disgusting. And that's the comfrey tea that's over here being all gross and nasty. And I gotta say, guys, it really is hard to fully describe how much this stuff stinks. And I feel like I can't bring myself to make more of it until I either find a lid that fits nicely onto these bins or until I make something out of wood, because I find myself apologizing profusely to everybody that visits my place about the disgusting stench. So I'm gonna empty this stuff out all over the garden. I do around a 5-to-1 mix of the stuff that's stewing in the buckets. So I'll take that, top this bucket up with water, and pour it on the garden. It's definitely fabulous stuff, and things that are flowering like the cucumbers and tomatoes are really gonna love it. But yeah, it's so gross. It takes my beautiful garden. I want to have people over, show them what I'm doing, and over from this area wafts a really, really harsh, nasty, pungent smell, driving the people away. It's very unpleasant. So I'm gonna empty the buckets everywhere I can, and then probably not do comfrey for a little while. It's amazing how quickly it grows back though. Over at the lime tree, it's already spreading up again. The grapefruit's coming, and let's see what's happening over here. Yeah, so I chopped that down just a couple weeks ago, and it's already bushing back up again. So it's amazing stuff, but super smelly, and yeah, very unpleasant. So I'm gonna get this nasty but wonderful stuff all around the garden, focusing mainly on the tomatoes, although I do have lots of it, so I can probably get the entire garden. The tomatoes are actually doing really well. I have plenty on the way, including some interesting varieties with fun shapes, things that I've never grown before. So it's just all very exciting. This is such a wonderful time of the year with the garden just starting out. The excitement is still there. I haven't become overwhelmed just yet, so I'm still into it. I haven't stopped pruning things. I haven't given up, and the weather hasn't gotten too hot yet. So it's a wonderful time. So I'm gonna fertilize the garden with comfrey tea bucket by bucket, and then I'll see you guys soon for some more work on the Craic Shack. Okay, I'm back. I've had some lunch. I've done all the stinky work in the garden. Hopefully the plants will be happy. The rafters are temporarily off of the sawhorse, and that's because I'm gonna be working on these pieces of wood in a minute. But first, let's say hello to Michael. How's it going, little guy? Hiding from the sunshine. Having a nice time. And then over here, we have Larry. Hi, sleepyhead. So the boys are gonna keep me company while I get back to work on the Craic Shack. So initially when I was designing things, I put these little uprights in because I thought they looked cool, but on second thought, I'm not totally sold on them, and I think it'll be very difficult to attach to them. And anyway, they're not sturdy, so I'm gonna knock that one out and chip this stuff off and just build from the base. Okay, that'll do. And I'm gonna cut the sides using this piece, which really isn't that straight. But it's very not straight actually. But it's not gonna matter, hopefully, too much, because the pieces that I'm attaching now is not the actual door frame. It's just gonna give a place for the stripey things to go onto, and then it'll give me something to drill into once I actually do fasten on a frame. And when I do the frame, it'll be nicely planed straight wood. So let's sand this guy up, measure, and do some chopping. Okay, so those will go a little something like this. So I have a bit more measuring and cutting to do, but I'll do that off camera, and I'll see you when these things are ready to be fastened into place. Okay, I'm back. I've got the piece cut to length, and I've actually fastened this first one on. This one's cut to length as well. So let's put the second piece in place. So I gotta say, guys, it is brutally hot out here, so I think this is probably gonna be the last thing I do until possibly the evening, and then I'll come back and tackle maybe framing up the window if I'm feeling really ambitious. This is definitely lake weather, but I feel a bit under pressure to get a few more videos out before I go, because while I'm in Scotland, I won't really be filming very much. I will share some scenes with my parents, obviously. I know you guys love to see them. And my brother and sister-in-law and my niece will also be there, and then my aunt and my cousin. And yeah, it'll just be a lovely family affair. But I want to get a few more videos out before I go. And I want to make some more progress on this as well. So when I come back, I can just get on with things. So basically I'm just using the level to try to get it plumb and in both directions. And yeah, it's been pretty successful actually. It's going a little bit better than I expected so far. Okay, that'll do. Okay, I'm happy with this. I definitely have more fastening to do. I'll probably drill in from the top, put another bracket maybe on the back, and then do something at the stone below. But for the moment it's fine, and it helps me kind of visualize things. And I feel like I like the size of the door, and I'm happy with it. Next thing I'm going to do, and that's going to be this evening, is try to get a start on framing up the window. So that'll be exciting because the window is going to be a big feature of this thing. It's going to have kind of a thing that flips up and then a bar that kind of goes down, and it'll be sort of a serving area if anyone's over, make drinks inside. So yeah, things are going well, and now I need to go jump in the pool, sit in front of the fan, probably have a nap, and then I'm gonna be back at it this evening to tackle the window. So I'm gonna enjoy my rest, and I'll see you guys soon for some more work. So guys, it's about 8 p.m. and even though it's still pretty hot, it's somewhat bearable. So I'm just gonna carry on doing what I'm doing. What is it I'm doing, you ask? Well, basically I need more wood to be able to frame up the window, and this stuff here, the big chunky stuff, is too thick. So fortunately the size I need is 5 centimeters thick, and these pieces are 10 centimeters, So by chopping them in half lengthways, even though it is a pain in the ass, it's going to give me the wood that I need and allow me to continue working on framing the window and putting supports in the back as well. So I'm going to spend the rest of the evening preparing these wooden pieces, and then tomorrow morning I'll have everything I need to hopefully get going again on the carpentry and the framing of the window, which I'm really excited about because, as I mentioned before, it's going to be quite a big feature of the Craic Shack. So I've got a lot of sawing and sanding in my future, and it is really a nice evening and not a bad way to spend my time. So I'm going to carry on, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Good morning, folks. This is the weather I recognize. This morning we had a little freak rainstorm that came absolutely out of nowhere. I heard the thunder and I got up at about 6 in the morning to gather up the tools that I left out last night and put them under cover. It started to rain pretty hard at times, and unfortunately I completely forgot that I set up the pump and all the electrics over by the IBC tanks, so they would have got rained on. They are a bit sheltered by the tree, so hopefully they're fine. I'm going to let things dry out a little bit and then I'm going to go check on them a little later on. But before I check on that or get back to work on the Craic Shack, as you can see I've cut a few more of the pieces. I have this to unveil. All Powers make fabulous batteries with solar panels to go with them, and they've been very good to me over the years, and they've sent me a 600 watt panel, so I'm going to unbox this thing, get it hooked up to my battery, and see how it works. It's pretty heavy. First impressions, it's definitely packaged with great care, and it comes with this handy dandy carrying case, so that's pretty cool. Actually, I'm guessing this isn't the carrying case at all. It's probably just the panel designed to be portable, so that's great because the whole point of these things is to work with the All Powers portable batteries, and so you want portable panels to go with the portable batteries, and this thing is actually enormous. I wasn't expecting it to be so big, but it's great because my plan for this isn't actually to take it on the road and take it camping and things like that, though it would be perfect for that. My plan is to somehow mount it onto the front of the Craic Shack, onto the pergola, and to use this to power the batteries that are going to run the stuff that will be inside the Craic Shack. So I need more space to unfurl this thing. Let's take it to the sun. Okay, that's a really good size. That's going to work well for what I want to do over there. Let's investigate the cables, which are probably stored in this little handy back pocket. It's really nice that the whole thing just comes all self-contained. This is very robust, really sturdy stuff. And then you have this little pocket with all of the things that I need to hook it up to the battery that I have. So, I've got a bit of investigating to do to figure this out. Got some carabiners to hang it on things. I feel like one way people use this, you could use this, is hanging it on the side of a van. It's a really great size for that if you've got a big camper van, or even just a normal sized smaller camper van. Any size camper van will do, and so you can just hang it on the side, and that's a great way to mount it. So I'm going to read the instructions and get back to you momentarily with the battery hooked up. Okay, so after reading the instructions, it says to keep it closed until it's ready to actually take in some energy. So first you plug it into the battery, put this little guy here, in you go, easy peasy, and then the cables go over here. Black into black, should just click in, red into red, pretty straightforward. Unfurl it to bring in the sunlight. 1, 2, easy peasy. And is it charging? It is. So right now it's bringing in 250 watts, 270, 299. So it goes all the way up to, it's a 600 watt panel. It just keeps going up. It's in the full sun right now. It's not tilted in the direction of the sun, but I think for the moment, with what I'm working with, this is the best I can do. I don't have anything to hang it from right now. And it's at 52%. And it's about 11:30 a.m. So I'm gonna come back in about an hour and see how far it's charged. But now it's back to the Craic Shack. I have a whole bunch of pieces I wanna get cut to add to the front and possibly the side as well. I definitely want a piece across here. I want the sides of the windows. I might put a piece across there to support a future window and possibly also a countertop. I might put that piece in the middle. I haven't decided yet if I want it to show through or if I just want one solid wall. I have some cross braces that I want to put up in the corners, possibly over there. Depending on where the window sits, I might have to shorten it. And what was the last thing I wanted to do? Oh yeah, I want to put in some supports up there as well. So I'm going to cut all those pieces, but since you've seen an ungodly amount of marking and chopping already, I'm just gonna get on with things, do it off camera, the fast way. Okay, the pile of wood has reduced. I only have 2 and a bit pieces left, and the rest are in place. They're not fastened in just yet for many reasons. These top ones, I need to know the location of the pergola first. The window, I want to figure out the size, needs some more thinking. The bottom things, well, actually, the reason is I don't have any more brackets. I'm doing most of this with brackets, and I have 2 for this piece, and no more. So I need to go to town, get more brackets, make some decisions, and then I can finally fasten stuff in. But I'm gonna get this piece into place, and I've also got this bracket ready to go. And I gotta say, I'm really happy with this flurry of activity. I like how it looks. I think that window is gonna be maybe a little bit too big, but it's just a frame, so I can always attach something that's going to be smaller into that. Same with the door. And overall, I think this is coming together nicely. So the building still has a slight shuggle to it. It's not too bad, but more cross bracing definitely will help with that. So I'm going to stick this one on here. And then on the other side, depending where I put the window frame, there might not be space for a large cross brace, but I'll be able to fit something in, I'm sure. All right, that looks good. Now time to attach this piece on, and then I think that'll be it for work on the Craic Shack today. At least for this afternoon anyway, because I gotta say, this heat is oppressive and it's no fun being out here in the height of the afternoon, that's for sure. So I think what I'm gonna do is get this attached, and then either, I don't know, float around in the swimming pool, or the better thing to do would be go to town and buy sprinklers, because I'd really love to just get into the work straight away tomorrow and not have to mess around too much, because I really can't do much else at the moment. And I would love to keep ticking jobs off my list. Whoops. Because I have a lot to do before I head to Scotland. And figuring out the irrigation is my most pressing matter. So I think that's what I'll do. Get this piece attached. And then head to town. So because nothing's attached, the pieces are falling out all over the place. This piece here for the door isn't actually attached at the bottom to the stone because I still need to get some concrete plugs from the shop. So I have a lot of stuff on my list, but despite not having everything I need, I feel like I'm making some good progress. And I'm definitely really happy that I've been able to make use of that wood that was too thick by chopping it up. So that's been a big help. I love a clamp. I find when I'm working on my own, which is almost always, you don't have somebody to hold stuff for you, not having a clamp always makes things go weird, especially when you're drilling into things. So that's my top tip, clamps. Whew. This is surprisingly hard. Okay, that'll do. It's hot and I'm exhausted. So I'm gonna have to attempt to put all these puzzle pieces back together. They've all fallen all over the place. Don't know what goes where. Hopefully it's not too hard to figure out. And now let's go check out the pump and hopefully it still works. But as I make my way over to the pump, I wanted to say a few more words about All Powers. They've been great. I have several of their batteries and they really do save me in the winter. So not only are the batteries fabulous as a backup, they're great for portability, camping, van life, all that kind of stuff. And for me, eventually the Craic Shack. But as a backup, I have the R1500 battery and it runs my fridge. So that is a lifesaver in the winter when the sun doesn't shine as much. And having the panels just gives me an extra boost. It just allows me to bring in some more power in these winter days. Obviously at the moment, it's not a problem, but in the winter, I really do struggle and I don't have space to put big panels. I don't have the money to upgrade my system. And so these smaller, portable, extremely versatile panels are fabulous, especially when they're paired with the batteries that I already have. They're great also for cabins, for loaning to friends. Sancha has a cabin down the road and it's great for her. She can just hang it up when she's here. I can loan it out to her. And they're just really fabulous products, and the batteries that I have are actually, some of them are more powerful than my actual home system. So I can run certain things like kettles and toasters and things on the batteries, but not on my system. So that could be good for Craic Shack future use when I try to introduce maybe some new appliances like blenders and things like that. So here's the pump. It would have gotten rained on today. The electrics are all hanging in the tree. So I'm gonna assemble all this together and hopefully everything is okay. Please work. Okay, it's fine, but I definitely need to remember to cover that up because I do think we have some rain coming up. And let's just take a look at this raspberry plant. My neglected raspberries, they keep giving delicious fruit every year. I don't know why, because I've totally neglected them. So, yeah, that's good news. I'm happy and I'm exhausted and I'm dying in this heat. So I'm gonna get the stuff together that I need to head to the shop to buy some more sprinklers and all the right attachments. I don't want to go. I would love to just be floating around in my pool, but time is running out and I need to get this sorted. So I'm gonna say goodbye from this video, but first I just wanted to let you know that more information about All Powers is below in the description, including discount codes, and I think they're fabulous products, especially if you don't have the space or can't afford a full solar system. Having the battery and the panels is a really excellent alternative option for having solar power. So that's all for me. I hope you enjoyed this video. I feel like I got a lot of stuff done, and I'm looking forward to pushing on with the irrigation and the Craic Shack in the next video as well. So thanks as always for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.